Hi, I'm Seth and today we are going to be looking at our baby ducklings. I'm talking about ducks.
Look at all the chickens.
Ducks are cool. We're going to talk about rabbits.
Hey, wait, there's our stampede. Oh, come running in. Oh, we almost messed up the baby duckling. Come on, let's go follow the baby duckling.
I think it'd be a good idea if you guys met everybody. So here is Charlie. She is a, I don't know, some kind of chicken. That's a girl, and over here we have Feisty and Brownie. That's Feisty, I think, and that's Brownie. That's Blue. I think that's Delta. That over there must be Echo. That's Orange. No, wait, that's Orange. That's Custard. And we got a few other chickens. So you see that big duck in the front? He's the big. Okay, he's not in the front anymore. But the biggest duck there. He has a yellow bill. Hey! Here, duckling. Here's the duckling. He just got separated. No, Josh. We need to get the duckling back over there. This way. There we go. Okay, so this right here is B-Bath. That's Pinoy. That's the duckling. And that's Blue. And this is Alpha. Ow. We think, but we're not sure that Alpha killed this guy. That's an opossum. He really sat on it. He's so crazy. So yeah, we have one more duck. This is Whoopi. She's kind of a loner because she does not have any brothers or sisters because they got killed by a cat. She just hangs out with the chickens. And this is my favorite chicken, Ruffles. That is Charlie behind us. Charlie is our crazy chicken. Look, watch Charlie. Ah! Charlie! So, there's Alpha. Alpha and Whoopi are friends. Whoopi just running around, whack, whack, whack. Whoopi is a pecking duck.
Yes, a sticky one.
No, a few of our chickens are laying, not all of them. Hey, look, what's this that I see? See that? I don't know if the camera can see that, but look. An egg. Whoopi just lays wherever. Joshy, put this in your bucket.
Okay.
Here's the nesting boxes. What is this that I see? It's an egg. Put that in your box. Your bucket. Another egg. You gonna lay, girl? Ah, it's hot. It's not crazy hot, Josh. Like, you can touch it. It's just hurry up, put it in the bucket before you drop it.
Oh.
It's a hot egg. I don't know. She tries to lie. I don't know if she does. Hi, Orange and Ruffles. Hey, Whoop. Whoopi is extremely afraid of pretty much everything except for chickens and Alpha. She's our biggest duck, too. Pickens are dabbling ducks. They're also known as puddle ducks. Here's our mallards. Blue, and IMB, as I told you before, and their duckling. That one's getting big. He goes out every day now. But mallards are also dabbling ducks. Or puddle ducks, as they call them. That's a good question, Rosie. Now, puddle ducks or dabbling ducks are ducks that prefer to stay in shallower water. They like drinking in puddles and having small shallow ponds like that one. Now, other kinds of ducks, they have perching ducks like the Muscovy. They're the ugly ducks with the funny faces. They like climbing in trees. We do not have any Muscovies. And then they have some really big, chunky, heavy ducks that just like going underwater. They're good for meat. So what about our rabbits? Let's go see the rabbits. And I'll tell you all their names. Here we are. These are our rabbits. This is Jill the second. Jill the second, hey. This is Jill the second. Good girl. Ooh, good girl. This is Bunty. You may remember from some of our later videos how we had Bunty. And she looked bigger than this because this is a different rabbit named Bunty. Our other rabbit named Bunty is actually a boy, so that's Benjamin now. Her name is Benjamin now because it's a boy. This is Fudgy, the star of the show.
Papa's trying to get me.
So Fudgy is the namesake of our rabbitry. Fudgy and Friends. So yeah, there's Fudgy. Fudgy Jr. is Fudgy's son.
Question, why do rabbits have big ears?
Well, rabbits have big ears so they can easily hear danger. Also, about rabbits' white tails. Why do they have white tails? Whenever danger comes, they raise up their white tail like this, and that's like a danger rising. Danger, there's something coming! And then all the rabbits will run as fast as they can. How do our rabbits get water? Well, you see they have these like nipple things over there, and the water goes over there into a big tank, which I'll show you in a minute. Hey, Fudgy Jr. He's a good boy. You're a good boy too, Fudgy. So now let's get a look at our other rabbits who live elsewhere. Move over! I'll feed you out later, Ruffles. They think I'm getting them food. But that's where their food comes from. The food buckets are under there. On our next video, I'll talk to you about food. What kind of food do we use? So there's that big tank I was telling you about. Do you have any babies yet? We're waiting on this rabbit to have babies. This is Floppy. Her ears used to be floppy. Not so much anymore. Floppy, down. Good girl. She has the same sort of watering device as the other. All eyes have the same watering device. This is Spring. Watch out, Spring. Ooh. Gotta watch that. This is Spring. She's supposed to have a baby soon. Why does she keep doing that? Bad girl. Spring. Spring. Down. Bad girl, Spring. Look at what you keep doing. I keep telling you not to make your fur into your hay into a carpet. It's for your baby, not a carpet. And here's Benjamin. Benjamin. This used to be Bunty. It's now Benjamin because it's a boy. What?
Why do rabbits have twinkly noses?
Well, I'm sure I don't know why they twinkle. But I know that their noses are extremely good at sniffing out things, including food, predators, and tons of other stuff. Including rabbit territory markers, which is pee. Yes, they pee on stuff, I believe. And then they make it like their territory. Well, not really. Okay. Rabbit territory markers, I'll tell you what they are. They're actually, when a rabbit is rubbing something with his chin, it's usually in the male, sometimes a female, I think. And anyway, when a rabbit will rub something with his chin, and then that'll say to other rabbits when they sniff it, this is mine, you don't touch it. See, it's like a message that the rabbit leaves behind. And I love the rabbit run, I guess because it's green. So yeah. There's our watering system. Shoot. It is right here. It needs more water. I don't know why. But it's a big, giant 100-gallon tank. We probably showed this to you in another video. I don't remember. Anyway, and it goes into here. It can be turned on and off. And it just goes into that pipe. The brand is Vingeli. See the brand name right there? So you can get one, I guess. I don't know where you get them. My dad's the one who does all that stuff. Are you a good girl? She's a good girl. She runs.
A question about chickens. Why are they that shape? Like their tails are so pointed out?
Well, their tails are pointed out, most likely for show and also for balance.
Elf tried their tail out.
Now, you may have thought that chickens have backward knees. Watch them walk. See, it looks like they have backward knees. It's actually that yellow part. The yellow part's actually like their foot. Yes, that is actually their foot. What you probably thought was their foot is actually just their toes. Okay, so the part that they're stepping on is just toes. Oh, she got freaked out by the possum. And then right there, that fluffy part is what you call the drumstick. And they have the thigh somewhere, I don't know, because it's tricky to find a chicken thigh. Unless the chicken's plucked in. So here's the baby duckling. He's a mallard duckling, maybe. He might be a half mallard, half pekin duck. Because, well, Whoopi mated with Blue. She laid an egg. We put it underneath the ducks. Only one egg hatched. 2 eggs hatched. One of the ducklings died. I guess that's kind of normal. I don't know. Every once in a while, you gotta have a bloody egg, I'm sure. So yeah, so now, you may be wondering why ducks have wide bills. Well, might be because whenever they eat, sometimes they don't really want, well, water in their food, although a lot of times they do. But they do have mushy food, mushed up food, sand, stuff, wet mud. Ow! Charlie, she just bent my finger.
Charlie workers, come here. Charlie,
Stop that, Charlie. Good girl, Russell.
Charlie, come here.
So, it does have wide bills, I guess, so that they can, like, scoop up the mud. They love mud for some reason. So they probably have wide bills so they can scoop up mud, but I'm not really sure.
And also why ducks have that kind of bill is so whenever they're trying to filter out their water, all the water will go through that way, and then they'll be able to get the yummy shrimp or something that they want to eat.
Yes, that is very true, but really, it's not really the shape of the bill that helps with that. Oh, it is partially. They have like these little protrusions on the top and bottom of their bill. I might be able to get you. Oh, okay. Blue, quack. You can't really see it unless I hold one and get them to scream. Then you can see it. But they have a bunch of protrusions. You can look it up on Duck on the Wikipedia page. It might show up, or a video on Duck, someone's house. So ducks have a bunch of protrusions on their beak that look like a bunch of horrifying teeth. And they use that to grip onto things and to sift out the water so they can eat. the shrimps or whatever they want, like Rosie said. But it has like these protrusions. Geese have a lot more, and they look like monsters from a horror film. Whenever you look at them. Whoopi has quite a few, but she's not a goose. She's a duck. Yes, you may be wondering, is that a goose? It looks like a goose. It's not a goose. Geese are bigger. Geese are heavier. Geese are kind of crazy. No, she's a peckin' duck. Yes, Whoopi's crazy, but not as crazy as a goose. Ever wonder why they call him Silly Goose? Because the goose, it just goes wherever. Uh-oh, I had to lay an egg. Just put it wherever. That's where the goose lays it. Just wherever it is. The goose is up in a tree. I don't know how a goose would get up there, but it would lay its egg while in a tree and have the egg fall to the ground. It doesn't even care. The goose is right here. Well, we don't have any geese, but if there was a goose, it would probably lay its egg right there. There. Maybe even in the pool. That's why they call them silly geese. Silly gooses. So, mallard ducks are considered bantam ducks because they're tiny. They're usually used for show. They are very pretty. Yeah. And also, you may be wondering, how do I tell my female and male ducks apart? What if they're pecking? Well, anyway, if you want to figure out how to tell your male and female ducks apart, where's Blue's Drake feather? I guess he lost it. Anyhow, if you want to tell your male and female ducks apart, well, with mallards, it's easy. The boy usually has a green head. Usually. Blue does not. He just molted. But don't worry, in the summer, we'll show him, and he's going to have beautiful green head. The kind of duck that you always wish that you could see or have. And here's Whoopi. See Whoopi? That tuft of fur, or the tuft of feathers on the back of her head, that's from Baloo. He pecked her, kind of. Now listen. Shh, no. Listen to Whoopi's quack. It's loud. It's like quack, quack, quack. And see her straight tail? That's a girl. Straight tail, loud quack, girl. Blue does not have a curly tail, but he's a boy, alright. Now, boy peckins and mallards have curly tails. They have a curly feather on their tail. And listen to Blue's quack. It's a girl. Well, Blue, let me see if I can get him to quack. Hear that? Got a raspy, low. Well, that is a boy sound. Shh, here. You might be able to hear it, but Whoopi is kind of loud. But anyway, he has like a kind of a raspy, more low call. That's a boy. Boy mallards have green heads, as I said before, and pretty white feathers in the summer. In the winter, they look like this. Girl mallards look like that all year round. And peckins, they just are snow white. So yeah, that's all about chickens, almost, and ducks. Now how about Alpha? Why does Alpha have such a big floppy comb? Well, Alpha has such a big floppy comb to show everyone that he's the boss. Although it gets kind of annoying for him.
Why do baby ducks always make that noise like this?
That's just how they communicate, like how a baby cries. That's just how they talk.
I get to go,
Their vocal cords aren't developed enough. And males, the vocal cords become so overly developed that they can't even quack. Or maybe they're underly developed. I think it's overly, because that's what it sounds like.
What is the perfect environment for chickens? If you're going
Well,
to chickens?
chickens, they like being kept nice and warm. So you want to keep like this. They want ventilation. Holes at the top for ventilation.
Would they also like a place like this?
Yes, chickens do like having a lot of space to roam around. But what if you're living in a small yard and you don't have much room? and you want chickens. Well, what do? Here's what you can do. See this coop right here? Now, you don't really need a coop this big. You can use a smaller one. You might even, so you make one like with the roof about up to there. Well, that'd be fine. And then you have a tiny door that you're gonna have to duck.
We did not buy this thing. We built it.
Yes. Now you can have a door, so you're gonna have to duck and get in. That's fine, as long as you don't have feisty chickens. They're gonna send you running as fast as your legs can carry you away. Well, that's fine. And then, because if you have feisty chickens, they're going to start chasing you and attacking you while you're in the coop. You don't want to wear a door because you might knock yourself silly on it. Now, you also want a chicken door. You don't have to have one, but you can. But it's good to have one. And there's the ladder that goes down. Chickens like their nesting boxes high up, mediumly high. Hey, how did he get in here? Okay, so your nesting boxes want to be like at least this high, probably. Like that high at least. But ours are much higher than that. They would like to have perches up high, but you don't have to have crazy high perches. They love those though. Also, you might want to give them some swings. These swings are not for the chickens, they are for us, but every now and then a chicken goes on it. And make sure you give them a few places to perch. Chickens love to perch, except for Cornish crosses. Only the baby Cornish crosses can perch. They're meat chickens, so they cannot really like fly, perch. They're just built to get fat. Alpha's not fat. He's muscly. So yeah, and if you're in a small place, well, have something like this. But not this. You don't have to make it this big, but you're going to want something similar. Okay, like a place where they can just run around and stuff. And you might want somewhere with grass too. A nice thing to do if you have a small yard, but big enough for a small chicken coop, you could buy one. And you want to make it like, you want to be able to like move it around some. Because your chickens are going to want to forage. What if they turn one place into all dirt? And they want grass? Well, you can just move your small chicken. If you have a small chicken coop, you can move it into another section of the yard that's nice and green. But if you have a big yard or about as big as ours, and you build some gates and stuff, well, then you could just let them run around. Be careful of predators. Also, the cats, dogs, domesticated cats and dogs, like your neighbor's family dog, can kill your chickens actually, if it gets a chance. So you must be very careful about cats and dogs. They can be killers sometimes. And don't forget about raccoons, opossums, other stuff like that. If you have a rooster, you might not have to worry about that. A big, strong rooster should be able to defend your flock. You might not want one that big, but a rooster. I was a good, kind of good, mediumly protective, but there are other roosters that are around the same size, not nearly as heavy, can perch, and stuff. He bit my ear. Ow! Why would a chicken bite your ear?
I don't know.
That's a warning. Those are raccoon skins. That's raccoon skin. There's another raccoon skin hanging up there somewhere. Warnings for all raccoons that come here. So, Alpha, why do roosters crow? They're just talking. They can talk in other ways, but they crow a lot. Myth. Roosters only crow in the morning. That is not true. Alpha crows in the middle of the night sometimes. Hardly ever, but sometimes. He crows before he goes to bed. He crows anytime. He crows when he finds a worm. He crows whenever he's having fun. He crows whenever he's with the ducks. He's good friends with the duck family. Yeah. So, you don't want to have a really young rooster along with a bunch of older hens. You don't really want that. You want the rooster to be, like, grown up before you introduce it to the hens. If you get one, you might not be able to get one. In some places, they do not allow roosters because of their noisiness. So, yeah. If you are going to get a rooster, well, get one at the same time as you get your hens, and make sure you get a good one. Okay, how about different purpose chickens? Well, hybrid chickens are good for eggs and for meat as well. Kinda. Yeah, they're pretty good meat. Rhode Island Reds are just for eggs. They're not hybrids, just for eggs. You eat one, they say they taste tough. If you want a meat chicken, get a Cornish cross. Those are great meat chickens. How about ducks? Pekins make good meat ducks. But they also are pretty good egg layers. Mallards are supposed to not be very good egg layers, but for us they are. They're taking a break right now because of the duckling. So yeah. What do you want? You want my boot strings, don't you? Also, ducks do not need a pool. You do not need to give your ducks a pool. If you do, well, they'll be happy. They'll appreciate it. They'll be glad you did. I'm not trying to say that ducks do not like pools. They love pools. But you do not have to give them a pool. And the pools will make them more happy, more clean as well. As long as you clean out the pool once every 2 to 3 days. Or if you really love your ducks. What? So yeah. Your ducks would be happy to have a pan like this, maybe a little deeper, and you fill it up with water. A pan like this is good for ducklings. Your chickens will love that. For food, you can just go down to your local pet feed store or something, and you might be able to find something like this. Oh, they think I'm gonna feed them. Oh, just great. So yeah, you might be able to grab one of those. To clean out the pool, you can, if you're strong enough, you just lift up the pool and pour everything out. If you're not strong enough, use a bucket. Just scoop out the water until it gets wide enough and you tip over the pool. So yeah, it's all about chickens and ducks, what you need to have them. But about rabbits, what do you need for rabbits? Well, for rabbits, it's quite simple. So as I showed you before, I showed you their watering system. And you can use one like that, or you can just use rabbit water bottles. You can get those at your pet store. Rabbit water bottles. So just like these little water bottles, and you just stick them right here. And they have like a thing that goes in here, like a little nipple that goes in there. And you just hook it onto the cage. It's really not easy to use. Pretty nice. And if in the winter it gets cold, really cold, you can just stick one in the oven or microwave, I guess. No, I'm just joking. Run it over hot water. Okay, and you can get it warmed up, put some nice water in it, and have your eyes drink even in the winter. Or you can use the kind that we have. You're also going to want some feeders. You don't have to have these fancy feeders, but you can get them quite easily. A cheaper solution, if you drink canned juice or something, just have a can, leave on one end. On one end, you leave on the top. You can just use like these little triangle puncher things that you use to pop holes in the top, pour out everything into your thing. And then you leave on the top, just cut this part out, cut out a little section of it, and then you have a rabbit feeder. It's filled up with feed. For hay, if you don't like your hay going all through the bottom, put it in these cans, pineapple cans, whatever juice can. But we like to use these feeders because, well, they're easy. You just fill them up from the outside. Food goes into there and the rabbits can eat. About hutches where you can build your rabbits a palace like this one. No one's living in that palace right now. Or the one over there that you can see. Right over there, you can kind of see it through there. You don't have to build a big palace like that. You can just use these and they'll be perfectly happy. Rabbits do not live on carrots. They do not live on carrots. A lot of people think rabbits just eat carrots, lettuce stuff. Do not feed your rabbit lettuce. Rabbits do not like. Well, rabbits love. Rabbits just love iceberg lettuce, but do not give it to them. Iceberg lettuce is horrible for a rabbit's health. They have runny poop. They're not feeling good. Do not give them iceberg lettuce. They'll eat it, but don't give it to them. Do not. Oh, actually, you probably never knew this, but rabbits actually quite like bananas. They love bananas, actually. They can have tomatoes, but they love bananas. What's up with you? He's old. He's not going to die yet. Anyway, so they will love an occasional banana. They also love occasional carrots. And you can hang up your hutch, put it on legs. You didn't put them on legs, we hung them up. If you don't have anywhere to hang them up, just build like a frame to hold it up. The higher up your rabbit hutch, the easier it will be to clean out the duty. Duty's already pretty easy to clean. See, it's just like a bunch of little Cocoa Puffs. The wet ones are the worst. So you're going to want to rabbit hutch up high, or maybe you can get some sturdy wooden or plastic trays that you can just stick underneath there. If you want to keep your rabbit inside, just get a sturdy wooden or plastic tray, or maybe on your porch. If you want to keep your rabbit on your porch or inside, just have it buy or make a sturdy wooden or plastic tray, or maybe even metal. And whenever they poop in it and pee, you just take that out and dump it out somewhere nice. Well, somewhere not really nice, but somewhere where you can dump it out. A place of duty is never really nice. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's about caring for rabbits.
Or if you have
Be careful, rabbits can easily get sick.
Or if you have a compost pile, you can dump it into the compost pile.
Yes, rabbit manure makes great compost. Chicken manure, not so much. You had to season it for a year. Duck manure, great compost. That's also like pretty good amount of eggs. Anyway, so this girl, I don't know what she's doing. She's eating her poop. You have plenty of food. Why eat poop? Well, they have this little poop that they do poop out. It looks like blackberries, they say, and they just eat it. For some weird reason. So yeah, we lost quite a few rabbits due to sicknesses. Rabbits are very sensitive to diseases and sicknesses. I don't recommend getting rabbits, really. I mean, I guess you can if you're experienced with animals, but
Jelly Jr.
I think a good idea would be to get chickens or ducks. It's a better idea. I love ducks. And I think that if you feel like you're up to the job and you're ready to get something that'll run away from you every minute, get ducks. They lay a pretty good amount of eggs. Just look up on the internet and you can find a list of great egg-laying ducks. So now about our brand of food, well, I'll tell you about that in our next video. Rosie, I need your help here. Rose! So yeah, in our next video, I'll tell you about feed. So Rosie, I need you to hold the camera, Rosie, for a minute.
No.
Please.
No.
Fine. See how much of a bad attitude she has? Worry about silly little things. Well, this is Whitehead, and this is our farm. And see you in the next video of urban farming with Seth and Rose.